What's up? Welcome back to Crystal's Tarot, or welcome if you're new. Please consider subscribing. And this is just going to be a general reading. It's going to be a love reading. I'm not sure what signs yet. We're just going to see what Spirit wants to talk about. Be sure to watch the readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and any other placements that represent significant things for you this month. If you're not sure what that is, check out the description box below to locate your free birth chart. Let's get into your reading. You have a pre-message here. You have the Magician, the Three of Cups, and the Hermit. There's something for whoever this pre-message is for. You might have Gemini in your chart. You might have Virgo in your chart. There's a sense here. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Okay, well then. You might have Aries in your chart. There's something here about bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. You've been waiting for something, or you're trying to be patient, waiting for something. You're trying to stand in your power. You're trying to own your power in regards to what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to create. You're trying to have a celebration, or you are like trying to just go with the flow and be happy in your current environment. There's something you're looking back on and reflecting something from the past, or you will be. I feel like right now everything's pretty settled. It's pretty mellow. There's not really much going on. I feel like it's pretty like you're waiting on things. You're creating things. You're manifesting things. I feel like right now you're just like waiting for things to kind of come through. I'm picking up an energy here of like in the recent past, you were like creating something and manifesting, right? You have the Emperor and the Magician. And you have the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So you were creating something, you're waiting for something. And your current energy, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So you're very happy. You're like really like you're not wanting for anything. I feel like you're celebrating the energy, but I feel like you're still waiting for something to come in, right? And then in the near future, you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit. Both of them are like looking down, evaluating the things that have happened, the things that they've built into, the things that they've created, where they've invested their resources, their energy, their effort, whatever this is for you. So I felt like it's not coming in. Whatever you wanted in the near future, it's still not there. You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for whatever this is. There's a sense of like, I don't know. There's a freaking delay. Ace of Wands in the reverse. So I felt like there's something about maybe it's a lack of passion here. Okay. Then you have the Four of Coins, the Eight of Coins, the Queen of Swords, and the Three of Swords. So there was some sort of hurt that you suffered that you try to be honest with yourself about it, but at the same time you try to act like it's not there. Hey Shaylee. Hi Schumann. Appreciate you guys being here. There's this energy of like you're trying to be realistic and honest about a hurt that you kind of suffered. There's something like you've been working at I feel like you've been working at avoiding it for a while. I felt like this, like, you see her face, she's like, nope, I'm not going to look at it. But she's the Queen of Swords. So her job is to look at it. But for whatever reason, she's not really in the mood to. She may be tired of looking at it. She's been looking at it and she's tired of looking at it. Because she's been looking at it, right? The Four of Coins. Been looking at it. Been holding on to it for a while. Gosh, here we go again. Then you have the Eight of Coins. I feel like you put in a lot of work into whatever this is that you're moving away from. Nothing said that you're moving away from it yet. Okay. No, nothing said that you're moving away from it yet, except for you have the 4 of coins and then the 8 of coins. So it's like double the energy, right? You go from like holding on to something too tightly to like working at something. So obviously you can't hold on to it too tightly if your hands are free to work at something. And justice wants to be seen. It's like, hold up, make my presence known. Excuse me, hold up, wait a minute. Let me in, coming through. So there's been something that it's like, this is all, God, I swear, can we not do this again? This is all coming in for balance. It's all coming in for balance for you. And it ended up in the upright just like it was. So like for those of you who feel like you're just working and working and working, like just go with the flow. There's nothing that's gonna be like crazy right now. And enjoy that because like maybe there's gonna be something. There's something you've been waiting for. You've been putting a lot of energy and effort into something, but nothing has really come through, right? You're still waiting. And then you're reviewing it and looking back at it like, I'm pretty sure I planted a seed right here. Watch. Let me show you guys. It's really like, if you could see it from my perspective, it's really freaking hilarious. So this is your first energy, right? You're like in your power, you're standing in your power, you're creating, right? This seed goes right here in the ground. That's where that goes. And I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna like invest in the property, invest in the resources, plant my seed there, manifest like I'm supposed to, protect it, make sure nobody's coming and stomping on my stuff. They're not coming and stealing my vegetables and my fruits, right? And then right now you're sitting there, you're like trying to like focus on, I feel like you're still like, there's still a collaboration energy. You're still like trying to collect your resources still. Even though you have the 10 of Pentacles, there's still like a bartering, there's still a bartering sense about that. Like if you see them back there, they're like talking. They're like they're bartering. I feel like they're bartering. And then it's like the community, right? And then like it's group energy, group effort. Like there's, I don't know, whatever this is that you planted, maybe you're talking to somebody about like when is this a good season? Like when does people usually start to come to the market? I don't know. You're getting more resources. You're getting more information. You're getting clarity. But this is all using your community to do something, to like, I don't know. Your community is assisting you in some way, shape, or form, or is impacting your situation in some way, shape, or form. And then, okay, so this is the funny part, right? This is the part, like, do you see both of them? Like, look at him. He's looking down at it like, where's my seed? Didn't I plant my seed? It's not growing yet. And then this one's like, he's looking down at like his newfound knowledge, looking down at he's on the top of the mountain, looking down at where he came from, down at the journey, looking down at the lessons. So like you're looking back at like where you invested your energy and effort. And I felt like it's not adding up, right? It's like you went to the store, you paid for your items, they give you back the change and it's short or something, or maybe they didn't give you back the change and they're like, have a good day, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I need my change. What about my change? Hold up. And whatever this hurt is for you, I feel like you're not looking at this. You're not wanting to acknowledge this anymore. But you are acknowledging your knowledge. You are acknowledging your intuition. You are acknowledging your resources, your environment, what's in your environment. There's something you're still evaluating something. You're still learning a lesson about something from the past. I keep hearing a blast from the past, a blast from the past. Right now, when I pick this up, you have the 6 of Wands under this Justice card. And look at her. She's looking over there at this little boy, right? Like, okay. We're going to get into something interesting right now. Hold up. Man, I need a bigger table. Watch, I'm supposed to move. That's what I was doing. I was looking at an apartment before I started this. I'm supposed to move. And I can't figure out if I want to buy a house again or if I want to rent. I don't know what the heck I want to do. And that was stressful. It's nice having a house, but oh my God. If you don't want to have that house no more and that's your house, you got to have that house until you get somebody else to come buy it. And that's not fun. But if you're renting, you could just move. Anyways, so decisions. I got like pulled into this little freaking squirrel. There's something over here of I got reminded of something. I'm gonna finish this right quick. I kind of see. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let's see. What are you like this? You're still waiting for something, right? You're still waiting for something. You're evaluating it. Like what else? When is it gonna grow? But there's something for some of you, you're like trying to take action forward in your environment in some way, shape, or form. You're doing something active in regards to your environment. You're making decisions, you're making something stable. You're making something stable or more solid. I felt like you're trying to like you're very independent right now. There's not many people to lean on. It's you making your environment solid, making your environment what it is. There's not many. There's like you can't just easily pick up the phone and call people like, "Hey, come help me with this." For some of you, I feel like it's you and your solo cup with whatever it is you have to do. It's you and your own things. Okay. So what is this waiting energy? You have the Four of Swords and the Five of Coins. So you're healing in regards to something that you like went through some sort of hurt and disappointment. That might be what you're looking back at to feel more stable and grounded in regards to your environment, to gain your power, or to own your power, to have your forward movement or have your environment, to own your power, to make your environment how you want it to be, authentically you have to heal whatever this hurt and disappointment is, this rejection, somebody not seeing your value, not seeing your worth, not moving forward with you. And that's what this is actually that's what we're getting into right here. Yeah, the Magician, the Three of Cups, and the Hermit. So there's something like you are in the process of creating, like you're still doing it. You are gonna celebrate something at some point. I don't know actually. Like for some of you, it's not gonna work the way you thought. See both of these. The Hermit. What is this? Not again. To clarify, the Hermit, you have the Hermit in the reverse. Okay, what is the Hermit? The King of Cups. The Emperor. You have the Emperor right here too. So you're trying to like really make yourself be patient, whatever this is that you're waiting for. It's like inside you're like freaking anxious and like it should have came years ago. Like it should have already been here. It's like that. Like you guys see like those videos of the dogs or your dog when like you come home, or like if you go on vacation and you didn't bring your dog, like you've spent a time away from your dog, right? And it doesn't have to be a long period of time, but your dog is like super excited and they can't even control themselves. Like their whole body is like shaking. It's like that excitement energy. You're waiting for something, but and that's internally. But externally, it's like very calm, cool, and collected. Like nobody will know. Like nobody has an idea. You just seem very like all together, and everything's like really cool, no sweat. But internally, it's like a mad mess. Like you're waiting for something. It's like I want it already. Like you're feeling for something, kind of. But externally, it's like really cool, really smooth, like calm, cool, and collected. Nobody will know. And then this energy of like this hermit. This hermit, you have the hermit in the reverse and King of Cups. Sorry. I gotta answer the stupid gate. So, um, this energy of the hermit is something that you're like struggling through this mission, right? Like trying to learn something. It's been hard, it's been difficult. You've like kind of like set yourself on like what is it? Like you're kind of MIA from everybody or people, places, and things. You're not very active with people. You're trying to learn something, or I don't know. Maybe that's what this like you're healing something. You're trying to like I feel like it's in regards to a love connect, or for some of you, maybe your partner is away from you right now, and you're anticipating them coming, like coming home or coming back or whatever. But some of you, it's this hermit is like right here, but then it's in the reverse right here, and then the King of Cups is because you haven't learned a lesson to the full extent about something that was like I don't know, like you learn it and then you're like in and out of learning your lesson, or you're close to learning your lesson but you don't quite get your lesson all the way. With the Queen of Swords, you can have Gemini, Aquarius, Libra in your chart. Justice, you can have Libra. The Hermit, you can have Virgo. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You can have Aries. I feel like there's an energy of you're like I don't know. I don't feel like you like engage much with people. You're friendly and cordial and everything, but I feel like you're trying to manifest and create something, or you're focused on waiting for something to come in. I don't understand this. You kind of like there's an energy of you been on your own, like trying, like it's like kind of suffering in silence, but not necessarily suffering. Like you definitely went through something that you would at some point have suffered, but I don't feel like you're necessarily suffering right now. I feel like you're like standing in your power. You're excited and anxious for something to come in, waiting for something to come through. You're waiting to reap what you've sowed. You've been working a lot towards something. You're waiting for something to come in. You're definitely healing something that wasn't fair for you at one point in time. And it could have been a love offer, a love connection with this King of Cups here. But whatever this is, like this, maybe this connection, if this is a connection for you, it's in and out, or you're passionate about it and then you're not, or you're learning your lesson and then you're not. With the King of Cups in the upright, I felt like you have always like cared to an extent about this person, place, or thing. I feel like it's a person. I feel like we're talking about a person. But then with this the hermit, I feel like there's like it didn't like manifest all the way. It didn't like progress, if at all. It seems like it just didn't get off the floor. And then one moment you're like one moment your intuition's telling you something about it, or you're like mentally okay with things, and then the next you're looking at it again. And I felt like it's just, I don't know. It's hard to learn the lesson. It's hard to know. It's hard to learn the lesson. I don't feel like you necessarily intentionally look back at this energy. This might be something that just comes across to you. So we're gonna get into this because what was happening. See what happened was, um, when I was doing the shuffling, I was gonna pull some clarifiers for this, but when I was pulling this, it kind of was pulling me and reminded me of. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story and take it as it resonates. Well, that's what always this is. All these readings, that's what this is. I'm reading a story. Take it as it resonates, or just use it for entertainment. Whatever it is for you. Okay. So when I was pulling these out, right? There's this energy of, there's something you've held on to, or somebody held on to you. You've had to work past an energy. There's been an emotional conflict, an uphill battle that you have to really struggle in. At times you wouldn't look at it. At times it was like really hard for you to, but you had to, like you couldn't not look at it at the same time. But something that you kind of for a long time couldn't see the fairness or the balance or whatever this is for you. You couldn't see making it even or balanced or fair or whatever it was. You couldn't see the lack of balance within it. But there's like a realization at some point, and then that leads you to a victory. And then what you were holding on to that you had to work through, you look back at that energy of like, yeah, it's like if somebody didn't see your value, like years later, you're like accomplished, like you use that energy as motivation to kind of like power you through and push you forward. And so then you're looking back at that energy that like disappointed you and hurted you, but really motivated you, and looking back at that energy, and knowing that energy, okay, this is like, take this as this resonates, and this might sound bad, but it's like that energy, you are better off than they are. You have more to contribute than they do. They tried to sell you short, but at the end of the day, it's like the tortoise and the hare, right? Like you were supposed to be the underdog, but you won. You were supposed to be unaccomplished and unsuccessful and without value and without merit and all the BS. But then lo and behold, those same people that had that impression of you are looking back empty-handed and dumbfounded and stunted with their growth as they look at you with your balance, with your reward, with your victories, with your success, with your abundance, as they still struggle to get through their stuff. And I'm not saying it's super easy for you, but like it's like that energy of like they laughed at you, they put you down, they kicked you when you were down, for some of you. And that was hard for you. You didn't want to acknowledge it. It hurt. It was disappointing. It was hurtful. But at the same time, you could like now, like you fought through that. You pushed through that. You moved through that. And so now you're looking back at that energy of like, yeah, how you like me now, bitch. Like, it's funny. I like it. But it's like that. There's still something like within that hurt. It still is within you. It hasn't completely healed all the way. Yeah, the King of Wands, the Judgment, the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Swords. Okay, so some of you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Judgment, Libra. I feel like there's something here. There's something here of like, you might have thought you had your partner, you might have thought there was balance in a connection, but it wasn't. It was turmoil and difficulty and left you stuck in your head. Somebody, okay. So she's looking over here at this energy, right? She's looking over here like that hurt. That was ridiculous. I can't believe I went through that. I can't believe they put me through that. This is like very ridiculous. So she's looking at that energy. Then you have the King of Wands over here looking at judgment. And like, dang, did I really do that? Are you sure I did that? Are you sure that was me? I don't think that was me. Like somebody's still not wanting to be accountable about something. And I felt like the feminine, it has really looked at something. Look, like she's learned her lesson. But she's having to like be truthful with herself. And I feel like it's a harsh lesson for her to look at. It's not an easy pill to swallow. And take this as this resonates, masculine, feminine, just the energy, right? One side over here has been like kind of needing to be handheld a little bit, if you will. And then maybe not even just one side. It's okay. Appreciate you doing your laundry. There's an energy here about like in the past, there was an energy of holding on to something too tight or too long, too strong, too much. And then needing to work through that, let that go, move on from that. And then there was like a lack of balance because somebody was over authoritative in their actions. Somebody was too aggressive in their behavior. And I don't feel like they were accountable. To this day, they might still not fully be accountable. There was some sort of hurt and some sort of strife endured, but somebody doesn't want to look at it necessarily, right? It's easier to not. But at some point, they have to look at it to be able to move forward through it. And somehow within learning their own strength, within standing on their own power, because the hurt, the disappointment, finding the balance within themselves, however, they find some sort of victory and they learn all these lessons. And then they look back at the crap that they struggled through and they're like, I don't know, it's kind of like being dumbfounded. Like, I don't know. Like just looking back and being able to value the fact that it was hard and that was like a lot overcome. A lot was overcome. But it's also this energy of like kind of like looking at the person who put you through that lesson or caused that lesson or whatever. And like kind of being like they deserve what they get, right? Because I feel like this other person, whoever this person is that either you held on to them for too long, too tight, whatever this was, had to work through the energy. They might have been over authoritative or whatever this is for you. There's a sense of looking back at that energy and feeling like kind of feeling like a little bit better than them in a way. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you learned a lot through this hurt, through this disappointment. You learned a lot through this struggle. It hurt, but you learned a lot. And you're a lot stronger, a lot more powerful, a lot more like you're just stronger in a lot of ways because of it. Whereas you look back at people in your environment that they didn't necessarily put the work in. They like let other people do the work for them. They watched other people do the work. And they didn't sit and really invest time, energy, and effort into their own stuff. I feel like they kind of allowed other people to carry their weight for them a lot of the time. And there's a sense you're looking back at that energy of like, it's like kind of pitiful, right? It's like kind of like pathetic and like, it's a joke. It's like immature, but at the same time, you like, even though you're like, I don't know. You kind of feel a little bit bad for it at the same time. Like it's a journey. Like I feel like you could remember when you were that immature. You had a long way to go. There's like a sense of looking back at like somebody that is in your environment still has lessons to learn. And I feel like you're aware of that, like that feeling of that struggle, like being that far, like it's like if you have a long journey to go and you still, like if you just basically, like, okay, let's say we're all going on a road trip, okay? And you leave your house an hour before I leave my house. And then I leave my house and I'm like, crap, like there's a lot more traffic now. And then you're like down the road and then you're like looking back at me of like, oh, I remember when I just left my house, but there wasn't that much traffic and that sucks. You should have left sooner. It's like that kind of thing. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Hopefully you got what I'm saying. And if this relates for you, then I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. What are you guys doing? Why? What are you guys doing? Kids are hilarious. Okay, what else? The King of Cups. Let's see. What else are we going to talk about? Hold on. 10 of Wands is 10 of Swords. So whatever this 10 of Swords is, you have the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. So whatever this 10 of Swords is, you're looking back at that and you carried it for a long time. Anicia, I swear to God. You carried it for a long time. It caused you a lot of mental conflict, a lot of stress, a lot of issues in your environment. It was like it was a heavy burden that you carried for a long time. I don't know why you're looking back at it now. You have the Death because something ended, right? It's like that energy of like when you climb a mountain and you stand at the top and you look down and you're like, oh, that was a lot of work, right? But it's a beautiful view. But also you still have to go down. 10 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the Death card. So there's this energy of, I don't know why I was saying like that. There's something that was like you carried it for a long time. It was difficult. It was a burden for you. I felt like you finally, like you're setting it down. And I don't feel like you're necessarily gently setting it down. I felt like you're just like throwing it down. I don't know what this is for you. It's toxic energies, toxic people, toxic tendencies and patterns. I felt like you have truth and clarity. You have the Ace of Swords. You've received some sort of truth and clarity in a situation. All right. My kids are ridiculously loud. Sorry. Yeah, let's do this. If you guys could hear them, it's hilarious. I don't know if you guys can make out what they're saying, but it's ridiculous. Sometimes it's rude, but sometimes it's funny. But sometimes it's rude. It's a thin line. A very thin line. What's wrong? Nothing. I saw my. You guys better be nice.
He called me a bald head, so we had a contact.
Obviously, you're not bald. All right, last shuffle. OMG.
That's your bald head.
You guys, I'm doing a video.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm not going to read none of these because they all just like kind of threw on the floor and I feel like it's a scattered mess. All right. Love reading. Whoever this is for, I don't know what sign this is for. It's not sign specific. I've already done the signs for your signs. Oh my God. I've done the readings for your signs. So check those out. Check out the sun. Check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, and any other placements that represent significant things for you. And again, the description box below will have a link for your birth chart. But you can just Google it and use whoever you want. All right. This will be our last shuffle. But all your monthly readings are up for May already. So check those out. Okay. You have the Hierophant in the reverse, the King of Cups in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Coins. New opportunities are starting for you. Something's ended. Something is definitely ended. And I felt like it was hard for you. There was a point where it was hard for you to accept this ending, this reality. But I felt like you finally have accepted it. You've gotten out of your thoughts. You're sleeping better. You're I feel like you're not crying about the spilled milk anymore. You've learned something. You've learned like you've just accepted whatever this was. And that's what helped bring balance into you. I don't know what, like you're really like side-eyeing somebody. There's like, I don't know if this person, maybe for some of you, it's a couple people. For some of you, it's like your ex, you're the parent to your children, like maybe a coworker, a ghost. There's a lot of options. But I felt like there's somebody for sure that like you might have held on to the thought of them or something for a long time. And you had to work through something with it. But this balance, I feel like you've definitely learned something from it. And you don't love the same way that you used to. You're more confident within yourself. You're more, like you speak your truth more than you did before. I feel like when these offers are presented to you, I feel like you don't just take it at face value. I feel like when you're actually interested in pursuing an offer or accepting an offer, you ask a lot more questions. You like, how do you say? I feel like it's like more authentic way of building connections instead of like just like jumping into it with blind faith. I feel like you're being more methodical. You're being more analytical as well in your connections, but you're also more confident. You're more like I feel like you're proud of yourself. You've learned a lot. You're a lot more stronger than what you used to be as well. Okay. For those of you that are single, let's see what energies are coming towards you. Energies coming forward. Energies coming forward. Last shuffle. Energies coming forward. What the heck? Energies. Are you not interested in dating right now? Are you serious? Okay, we didn't like that was three attempts, three whole things, and you didn't get nothing. Like straight, nothing came out. Let's see it. That's freaking hilarious. Nothing came out. Okay. I don't even know how to do with this. I'm gonna no. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna put those aside and I'm gonna come back to them. Right now, we're gonna just see what tarot has to say, but I'm gonna use a new deck. That's crazy. All right. What's coming towards? Who or what is coming towards this viewer? Who or what is coming towards this viewer? All right, last shuffle. Who or what is coming towards this? Something is moving towards you that's very passionate. Oh my God. You have the Knight of Wands. You have the Five of Cups and the Two of Cups. Okay. For some of you, there's somebody that's going to be approaching you, or there's going to be something that you're going to find yourself interested in. I feel like you're going to want to know more about this person, place, or thing, whatever this is. You're going to want to spend more time with it, being around it. I don't know. You're going to be pursuing something, or someone's going to be pursuing you. There's a sense like you're still hurt. For some of you, you're still hurt and disappointed, and you're not interested in a connection. I feel like you're going through some like rest and recovery, like self-healing. I don't. There's not much else coming out. Some of you might feel like something's stuck, like things just feel stuck. Then you have the Seven of Pentacles again. So you're evaluating something. You're reflecting on something. You have the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Three of Wands waiting for something again. So there's you're starting to speak something, or there's going to be communication or clarity. You're like, somebody's going to say what their intuition has been telling them to. I feel like you've been waiting for this. What the hell? For some of you, somebody's going to come communicate something to you. You've been wanting this communication. You're open to this communication, but you've been waiting for it. So I don't feel like you're expecting it. You've been hoping for it, and you've been waiting for it. You've been praying for it. You've been wanting it. Somebody might be evaluating something that they did or said or something, and they're wanting to communicate something to you. You're open to this communication. You've been wanting to receive it, but I don't feel like you're expecting it. There's like a sense like when it comes in, you're like kind of shocked too. You waited for a really long time for this. There might have been like multiple different kinds of cycles, like years have passed. You waited for this for years. But that's not for everybody. Let's see what else is going to be coming in. Potentially coming in. Okay. You have the Ace of Cups, and funny, it like directly landed right on top of the Knight of Wands. Some of you guys, there's somebody that's going to be coming in that you're going to be having a connection with. This is going to be a new connection. This isn't somebody that you know already. This is somebody you're going to be very attracted to them. I feel like there's going to be a lot of physical activity, but it's also going to be emotional depth within the connection as well. What else is coming forward? What else? Okay, you have the Four of Cups. So you have the Four and the Five of Cups. So some of you, you're definitely not happy. You're not feeling it. Like there's different energies right here, right? Some of you are having something new coming in. Some of you are just having something passionate coming in. This could be like a new career or like a new hobby or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. For some of you, with this being the Ace of Cups, it's definitely a new person. For others of you, there's like some sort of communication or conversation coming in that you've been wanting to receive. You're not expecting it, but you're open to it. You've been waiting for it. I want to talk about this. I want to know more about this. Let's move all that shit aside. I don't even care about that right now. Bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles. You're really focused on your stability right now. You're focused on your day to day, your environment. For some of you, you might have something like an obligation in your environment coming up that you're getting prepared for or handling, some sort of commitment. I don't know. I don't even know. Let's move on to these over here. Okay. This energy, I specifically want to know more about this. Okay. So, looks like something in the conversation, there's some sort of communication coming in, right? There's an emotional element. You have the Queen of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You have the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. There's a sense of like you've been waiting for whatever this is when it comes in. You've been waiting for it. You've prayed for it. You've waited for it. You've been wanting it to come in. I felt it was a long time that you waited as well. For some of you, there's like this, it could be like a higher level of commitment or higher level of understanding something in regards to like toxic tendencies, toxic patterns, toxic traits. Maybe somebody had to realize their toxic traits or their, I don't know, how toxicity was involved in what they were committed to. I don't know. Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. She's sitting there looking like, I felt like, so without him in the picture, right? Like you waited, you had to use your strength. You had to rely on your internal strength to get through something, to process through something, to like, hold on. To like to feel like you had motivation to move forward towards something. You have the freaking Unknown card. I hate this card, man. There's a sense of like a lot of unknown factors, a lot of things coming in, just having to really follow your intuition and go with the flow. You're not knowing what to always expect, not knowing how to proceed, but just having to rely on your intuition. Having to follow like the little prompts that spirit gives you, the little prompts, the little nudges you get. And I felt like you had to find like how you have to find self-love and healing within yourself. And like I felt like there was something you were waiting and waiting and waiting and never came. And then I felt like you kind of like moved on from that, and you're sitting in this energy of like reflecting. Again, I'm getting that reflecting energy, looking back at like the journey that you've kind of gone through and the waiting process and how long you waited and the feelings and the thoughts and everything that kind of processed in that time period, whatever this is. And as you're reflecting, or as you're like making your final peace with those energies and like getting ready to like finalize, it's like you're exiting a building, and you're out of the, or like, okay, you're exiting a hotel. You've already left your room. You've already got all your stuff out in the car. You've already checked out, and you're came in out the lobby, and now you're like in your car and you're driving out. It's like those processes, right? It's like you're like you're in the process of like the final ending of something, of like making your peace, and like I don't know. This is like you like getting your bill at the lobby and going to your car, right? But as you're driving out, there's something that grabs your attention right at the last minute. Or you brush by this at the last minute on your way out, you brush by this. And I'm not saying you're actually at the hotel and going to be brushing by somebody or something. I'm saying like there's like you waited for something for a long time, it did not come, and you like accepted it wasn't going to come. You kind of went on your own journey, you moved forward, you moved through it, and you got to the like a point where you're like just looking down, looking back at the journey, looking back at the struggle, looking back at the lesson, looking back at your strength, looking back at your lessons, just looking back at a lot of things. And I felt like you're like being grateful for things. You're like putting things in its place. It's like if you're leaving a house, right? You cleaned it up, you packed it, everything, and then you're like right before you leave to lock the door for one last time, you look back at that last moment, and then right when you turn around to go leave, it's like somebody's coming in and like you bump into like the new owner or something, I don't know, and then they happen to be your friend or something, I don't know. There's something here of like somebody like I don't know. There's toxic energies that have unknown. What the hell is this? Hold on. We're gonna look at that too. Hold on. There, you waited for this. You like made your peace with it, right? Right before you're done. Well, you're done with it, and you're like leaving, but you haven't fully left all the way. I don't know how to explain this to you. Then there's like a conversation. Somebody wants to talk about this. Somebody wants to. Hold on. Let's just get into it. Let's get more. Hold up. There's a card in here. Well, obviously there's a bunch of cards, right? But there's a couple. I don't know how the hell they got in here. Okay. These are ones I was reading with earlier. These aren't nothing. I had already read these earlier. They're the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Cups. These were the ones we read earlier. So, let's see. I want to know about these energies for whoever this is for. Thank you, Spirit. All right, this will be our last shuffle. Thank you, Spirit. All right, what's this? Okay, so your 3 of Wands. I'm not really going to pull any clarifiers on that. That's your past energy. You've been waiting on something. This Queen of Cups, though, you have the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, the Moon, the 6 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. So you got into the top of the mountain, and you're looking back and like kind of looking back at the difficulty, right? Looking back at all the sorrow, the disappointment, the hurt, the pain, the problems, the stuff. And I feel like there's parts where you're like grateful for what you've like, you're grateful for your strength, you're grateful for your lessons, you're grateful for, I don't know, there has been benefit from it, even though there's been like hard lessons, but there was benefits from it. And I felt like there's like unknown energy still, but I don't feel like you're really worried about getting clarity and truth and all this. I feel like you're moving forward towards the new options, the new things that are coming in. And I felt like whoever senses like you're not interested in this, like you had wish fulfillment in this person. I feel like it's a person. They're like you saw wish fulfillment in them, but they hurt you. They rejected you. They left you confused in your emotions and like a lot of unknown factors. And you used to want to know, right? You used to sit there and like cry to the moon, tell me. but I feel like you've accepted that, right? You don't need to know anymore. You've made your peace with that energy, and you're moving forward towards your options, towards your future. What's left what's left in front of you, the whatever's in the past that you're leaving behind. um you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to be confused about it. You don't need to have a lot of questions with it. There's nothing from the past that you're bringing forward with you. You're on to bigger and better things. You're on to different options. So somebody senses that, right? So I don't know if this King of Swords is somebody new, or if somebody senses like, shit, I lost my person, I gotta go track them down. I don't know. So let's figure out who's this King of Swords. King of Swords. They're stuck in their thoughts about you. So I don't know why a stranger would be stuck in their thoughts about you. So I'm assuming this is somebody you already know. And they do make you happy, and you would like to create something with them, even though you don't think it's possible, or you don't think they would want to. Or maybe there was a moment where they weren't acknowledging the connection, or they weren't acknowledging the fact that they wanted the connection. Then we got the Devil at the bottom of the deck. And that's the same energy that we have up here with this stupid unknown card. So let's get into that. What's this Devil? King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's I'm not telling you guys the signs anymore. You might be dealing with a Scorpio, Gemini. You might be dealing with a Virgo. You might be dealing with a Capricorn. Somebody's trying to bring something back into balance. I feel like this Devil is not necessarily, it could be toxicity, but I feel like it's more like what's it called? I forget what it's called. It's like you won't give up, like no matter what, 100%. I have to do this. Like I have to pursue this. Like you're very it's more than confident. It's kind of, it's a little toxic. Hold on. Got a message here. You have the Judgment and the Eight of Wands. So somebody wants to say something. Somebody wants to communicate something, to fix something, to heal something, to correct something. Somebody wants to potentially apologize. What is this? So what I'm getting with this Devil card, it's like, what is that freaking card? It's like when you're addicted to something. It's like somebody, I feel like there's like somebody has this addictive energy, and whatever it is that they see that they're passionate about, they have this addictive energy towards, they're wanting to pursue it. They're wanting to put energy moving forward towards it. To make an offer, make an opportunity, to provide an offer. Okay, you had the Five of Cups and the King of Swords. So I felt like this energy, like somebody's starting to realize that they're very passionate, that they can't let somebody get away, right? That even though they didn't speak the value that they saw in this person, they did see a value in this person, and they want to move forward towards this person. This person, I felt like, waited for this person for a really long time. It was hard for them to let go, but they did. They moved forward through it anyways. And now we have somebody that's looking at something they have a passionate interest in, something they have like this primitive instinct, something like the primitive instinct is also your intuition, right? So their intuition is telling them, I have to move forward towards this. I need to pursue this. I need to go here. I have to be connected with this. And I felt like there's a sense of like wanting to go to pursue it, to provide an offer, an option, but having like this concern of like you're gonna be rejected, and feeling like this sense of like that they're not gonna agree with it. They're not gonna sense the value in the offer that's being extended, but you do it anyway. You say it anyway. You speak it anyway, because that's your truth. And there's a sense of being like 100% committed to making this offer, even if it's not accepted. Like, and then what's this unknown card? Then you have the Three of Swords. I feel like this, like somebody was hurt in this connection. And I feel like maybe that's why they feel like their offer won't be extended or accepted. The hell? Some of you, it won't be extended. Some of you, your person's just thinking about it. They're not going to do it. They're too defensive about it. They're just sitting there waiting for the clock to run out. Somebody needs to have more balance, or maybe like that's what we're getting into with this unknown card. Somebody walked away. I feel like we already know that though. And then they want to come back. Okay, so this unknown card, take this as this resonates. This isn't for everybody. This unknown card is talking about some sort of balance being brought in regards to somebody walking away from something that they were no longer emotionally satisfied in, or no longer emotionally interested in, or thought that the other person wasn't, and providing an offer, making an apology, a sincere apology, followed by an offer. For commitment, an offer for commitment. I feel like right here we have somebody who, like, this is saying that somebody who walked away from a connection, and they have Temperance under the Hierophant. Some sort of balance is coming into this commitment, or like balance. When balance comes in, a higher level of commitment will be extended. Like, it maybe instead of dating, you get married or engaged, or you start dating. Sorry, I'm sleepy. Let's see. What's this person's energy that's approaching the viewer? Your person's energy that's coming in. See if anything comes out this time. You have releasing your ex. So let go of your ex so your new person could come in. Your real person. You have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the biggest energy of all. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Some of you need to get rid of your ex, all of your past experiences, relationships, all of your toxic people from the past. I feel like there's new relationships coming in that are going to be healthy. Sorry guys. They're going to be healthy. They're going to be balanced. I feel like there's like, you might be experiencing like forgiving with your family, or maybe this person coming in, they might be experiencing that right now with the connections in their relationships. You have, with the connections in their family relationships or friendships. You have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Yeah, that's what that was kind of talking about. Then you have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Amen, amen, amen. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. And then this could be the one. You already met the romantic partner you seek. All right. Some of you have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So I feel like for some of you, you have a new person coming in. For some of you, you have somebody from your past coming in. For those of you, it's somebody from your past. I feel like this is like a healthy relationship. I don't feel like it's toxic stuff. Be careful though, because it might lead to that. It might like there might be a sense of like really being what is it called? Like somebody is addicted to your energy, or you might be addicted to somebody else's energy. And there's like you just want more and more and more all the time. You want to be around this person, you want to talk to them, you want to hear from them, you want to see them, you want to like you're always thinking about them. So it could be healthy. Just watch the energy. All right. That has been your reading. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Partner's current feelings. I'm going to use a tarot deck. All right, this is just general. For those of you in a connection already, say partner's current partner's current feelings for those in a relationship. All right, current feelings for those in a relationship. All right, last shuffle. Sorry, one more. All right. Am I in a relationship? Okay, you have Temperance, Nine of Swords, or sorry, Eight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands. So I feel like those of you currently in a relationship right now, I felt like things are a little bit stressful for sure. There's a lack of communication, or the communication is a little bit combative, or it's not clear. You guys aren't communicating clearly. You guys aren't understanding each other. You guys aren't listening to each other. You guys are like, you aren't okay. You and your person aren't listening to each other to hear what the other person's saying. You're listening to just think of a response. And when you're in that kind of energy, it's not helpful. Like there's not resolution to the confusion and the arguments. But I felt like there is a sense of stability within the connection. There is a sense of we are stable within this, or at least thinking I do want to have stability within this with this person. But feeling really confused, feeling like somebody might be self-sabotaging in the connection, but needing to wanting to heal the connection, but knowing it takes both people who both people have to be willing to be on the same page to do that. There's a sense here of like, I feel like people are trying to understand their emotions more, understand the emotions that cause the difficulty, or the emotions that were left after the difficulty. There's definitely somebody doesn't like, there's a lack of like, somebody's minimizing the emotions. Like when somebody's stuck in their head in thoughts, their emotions are a heavy element of that, and they're not placing that. They're not thinking that it's their emotions is the driving factor. Somebody's not noticing how I don't know. There's something in regards to the emotions and not fully understanding how they're driving the engine right now, basically. Like somebody's like really confused in their thoughts. They want to have something stable within the environment, but they're stuck in their thoughts. They're stuck in their head about it. They're not seeing things clearly. And because their emotions are so confusing and their thoughts are so confusing, I felt like it just makes things a lot worse. Like things look worse than they are. It's like looking at a freaking, I don't know. It's like looking at something with a magnifying glass and thinking that that's like the only thing that exists in the world, because like your aunt looking at something in a magnifying glass and it looks bigger than you, but you're not looking at it authentically. There's like a need to like look at things authentically, look at the past struggles, look how you balance through that, look like figure like recall how you found stability in the past, from that long journey, from that difficulty, from that hard experience, whatever that was for you, and find sense of balance within that, find a sense of like the truth and clarity within yourself. Like you found a way to like build something. It like in the past you went through something that was difficult and you still found a way to make something pretty out of it. You found your way through the difficulty. And so right now I feel like you're being advised to like settle your thoughts down and like just be in the present moment, in your home, in your environment. I feel like that's where your stress is right now, but it doesn't look at like it for you, it might look and feel worse than it is, but it looks like it's stable. It looks like there's some confusion, some misunderstanding there. Somebody like really feels disappointed, but I feel like it's because they're not seeing things clearly. They're thinking things are a lot worse than they actually are. It's like if like you have a cold or something and you're not feeling good and you go Google something and then Google's telling you you got cancer. It's like that kind of energy. It's like, oh my God. Like it's not that serious. Like just go see your doctor tomorrow if you're not feeling good. Just take some medicine or something, over the counter medicine. It's not that serious. Like it might feel like it is, but it's really not. It's really not. Like look at the situation how it is, and there's a sense of balance. There's a sense of finding like balance within yourself and getting out of your thoughts and feeling grounded. Like your environment really is stable. You have the Four of Wands and you have the Queen of Pentacles and you have the Temperance. So I feel like your foundation is pretty solid. Whatever you're feeling like kind of crazy and uncomfortable about, it is solid. But you also have the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So I feel like whatever this energy is, it's a lot in your mind. It's like it seems worse than it is. It's a lot of thoughts that's making this energy this way. All right. Hi, Green. Appreciate you. Good night. I appreciate you, Tyson. Sweet dreams. Trouble woman. Let's see. Trouble one. Trouble one. Trouble. Trouble. All right. Trouble one. Trouble. Trouble. Okay, this will be our last shuffle. Trouble woman. Sorry, one more. Trouble woman. Okay, you need to get out of your thoughts as well. You have the Eight of Swords. Trouble woman. Okay, you have the World card. You have the Hangman. There's new cycles starting. You need to see things differently, or hold on. Okay, I feel like things are different, right? Things feel different than what they used to. Feels like new cycles are starting, things are different. There's new things around in the environment. There's a sense of like not seeing things clearly, not seeing things balanced, not seeing things for face value, thinking things are worse than what they are, thinking like, oh, like any change that comes in is making it's threatening me, my stability, my security, but that's not true. You have the Queen of Pentacles at bottom of the deck. I feel like you are stable. You are like whatever this is, like you need to get out of your thoughts. That's what's creating these situations. I felt like there's like you might ask questions. You might feel paranoid and ask a question, and then like that causes somebody else to feel threatened or feel like you're like kind of making an issue or something. I don't think you and James will be together this weekend. I feel like there's new cycles starting for both of you that is helping to bring balance into a situation. And it's important for you to see, like, don't see the separation as a difficult thing, as a thing. See it as the opportunity for you guys to have something to talk about later. See it as an opportunity to make the heart grow fonder. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? So see it as an opportunity for them to miss you. I feel like if like you have the eight of swords and the tower, so I feel like you're kind of approaching it like if you don't see them this weekend, like it's just gonna be crazy, or there's something deceitful, or there's something problematic, but that's not true. There's just like new things going on. Things are going on. People are busy. There's things to do in order to keep things balanced. Don't see this like if you guys don't see each other together this weekend, which I don't think you are. I don't think you guys will see each other this weekend. But don't see it as a threat. Don't see it as an issue. Try to see it from a different perspective. Try to see it as a positive thing. Try to see it from a good angle. It is for the greater good. It is for the stability of all involved. It is healthy. All right. That has been your guys' reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you. Bye. I can't turn off.